The Czech Republic lies in the heart of Central Europe, and at its center is the beautiful historic city of Prague. It is known as a city of 1,000 spires, creating one of Europe's most beautiful and romantic skylines. Now, usually I recommend the hop-on, hop-off bus, but here in Prague, with the small streets, they use these small, crowded vans with no air conditioning and with a glass top. You have a bunch of sweaty, smelling tourists. Another bad thing about Prague's hop-on, hop-off bus is once you hop off, you may never be able to hop back on because of how crowded it is. The worst thing about this tour is the headsets. Instead of having your own to take with you, they stay there on the bus, so all the smelly people are sharing. The first stop is Old Town, the heart of Prague, with its well-preserved 13th century houses and churches. Here you will find the Old Town Hall. Old Town Square is also home to the famous astronomical clock, which draws onlookers who gather to observe the skeleton ringing the bell and the other figurines which appear. When the bell chimes the hour, a trumpeter sounds a fanfare from the top of the tower. Next to Old Town, you'll find the Prague Jewish Ghetto. Its history dates back to the 13th century when the Jewish community were ordered to vacate their homes and settle in one area. Begin your tour with a walk through the Jewish cemetery. It's one of the most remarkable of its kind in Europe. The Old New Synagogue is Europe's oldest active synagogue and one of the earliest Gothic buildings. The Spanish synagogue was built in 1868 on the site of the oldest Prague Jewish house of prayer. It's designed in a Moorish style. Photographs are not allowed of the inside of these Jewish churches. The Powder Tower, one of the original Gothic gates. The television tower of Prague has been called one of the ugliest buildings in the world. Now, why it has babies crawling up and down it, I have no idea, but it definitely is worth seeing. The major square in Prague was originally the Horse Market. This is the nightlife and entertainment center of Prague. The Dancing House, also called Fred and Ginger, is an amazing modern glass building surrounded by historic architecture. The Petrin Observatory is a mini version of the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Take the funicular train through the park and up to the summit, or you can walk, but beware, the climb is very steep. You are able to take an elevator or climb the 299 steps to the top for amazing views over Prague. The Lenn Wall. After Lenin's death, he became a hero for many of the young Czechs. They painted his image on a wall, and despite many coats of paint, the secret police never managed to keep it clean for long, and it became a political focus point for Prague's youth. The Prague Castle, an ancient symbol of the Czech lands. It is the largest medieval castle in Europe. It was founded in 870 AD, and it is also a UNESCO heritage site. The architecture ranges from Roman from the 10th century through Gothic modifications in the 14th. You can watch the changing of the guard every hour on the hour, but at noon they have a spectacular show, but you have to fight the crowds. And I saved my favorite for last, a stroll along the Charles Bridge at dusk, where you can enjoy the bridge's 30 statues. You will also find street artists selling all kinds of mementos. Well, thanks for joining me on my tour of Prague, and for more must-see destinations, please subscribe.